this finger out of my hole. I've been walking the road too damn long. I'm a cripple and a riddle with doubt. I need to get the finger out.
Hello everybody and welcome to Get the Finger Out with me, Darryl, your host. This is the Get the Finger Out podcast, and today we're going to be doing an episode about hypnosis, which is something I studied about a year and a half ago, something like that there. And it was like a 6-month course. It was an intense course, and you're I can hear my doggy rumbling. It was an intense course, and you basically learn to be a hypnotherapist at the end of it. But as we all know, I had to cut that short and my counselling course because I had to fix myself first before trying to fix anybody else, and I had to go to rehab. Yay! But I did basically the bit of the course that I missed was basically doing the exam to get my accreditation in order to practice hypnosis. I had got my insurance and everything, and I never got back to it really, you know. They say you got to use it or you lose it. But I certainly haven't lost it. It's something I've always been interested in. It's such a interesting subject, and it's totally legit as well, which is awesome. When you see stage hypnosis, stuff like Darren Brown or, people on the stage doing magic tricks and hypnosis and stuff, you sort of think a lot of people are very skeptical of it, but I can tell you firsthand it works. There are a few things. So I'll get into the hypnosis. So what I'm going to do in today's session is talk a little bit about what hypnosis is, and then I'm going to hypnotize you if you want to be. It's not I'm not going to turn you into a chicken or anything like that. It's just a relaxation. It's kind of like a guided meditation, only in a guided meditation you're sort of just getting relaxed, whereas with hypnosis it's kind of like a guided meditation leading you into a state where I can talk directly to your subconscious, if you let me, in order to make you feel well. The thing I'm going to do today is just a short thing about removing negativity. So if you want to do it, you can. I'll be doing it. I'll talk a little bit first, and then I'll let you know when I'm going to do it. And if you want to do it, you need to be somewhere where no one's going to disturb you for about 30 minutes and either have a comfy seat or a bed or somewhere comfortable where no one's going to disturb you, that's like not noisy or anything like that. So if you've got a dog or something, lock him or her out of the room, or if your partner or brothers or housemates or whatever, tell them to leave you alone for half an hour or whatever when I do it. That's if you want to do it. If you don't, you don't. And it does work, but it only works if you want it to work. So there's a whole thing about hypnosis. They say all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. So really you're hypnotizing yourself. I'm just guiding you. So very quickly before we get into it, because it will last about half an hour, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's been following the podcast, anybody who's given it a rating on Spotify, Apple or YouTube, or anybody who's left it a comment, or anybody who suggested it, more importantly, to a friend. So if you have a friend who you think would benefit from this podcast, either they just like listening to a fellow Northern Irish person talk about shite and talk about mental health and talk about addiction, or if it's somebody who struggles with mental health, addiction, anything like that there. I mean, I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not an accredited hypnotist. I'm not anything really. I'm just a guy, and I'm a guy who's sick and he's trying to get well. Sick in the head, sick with crazy thoughts, and my crazy thoughts lead me to drinking, but other people's crazy thoughts can lead them to many other vices they may have, or even darker paths which suck ass, like depression and things like that there. But I just like to think of myself as a friend talking to you. I'm just a person, and I consider myself a nice person when I'm sober, and hopefully this podcast can benefit some people. And you're getting a free hypnosis session today, which some people pay a lot of money for. So if you really want it to work and would like it to work, then do it and you'll get some benefit from it, you know. So my life today at the minute, up until the last half an hour, it's actually been a stressful day. The last few days have been quite stressful. I have decided now to start putting the podcast out on Wednesday evenings. If I get it done earlier on a Wednesday, I'll post it on social media. So make sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram or TikTok. It's Get the Finger Out on all of them. So I'm sure you'll find it. And the reason being is because it's twice now that I've had to postpone the podcast a day, like right now. Because I'm just so busy at the weekends, and then I said to myself, right, I'll take Monday off, and Tuesday I'll do the podcast, and then that just puts tremendous pressure on me to get it done on Tuesday. And then like yesterday I was losing my mind. I went to an AA meeting and it was suggested that I just take the rest of the day off and relax, so I did that, and I'm glad I did. I woke up today, my head was wrecked because I couldn't find my shoes, and I wanted to start going to the gym. I also stopped smoking for about 2 hours, and you know, I keep getting obsessed with trying to improve on all areas of life, and then I just forget the fundamentals of taking it easy, keeping it simple, and just, you know, just taking it day by day. I keep forgetting. You know, I think that because I had 3.5 months sober there and then I got drunk again, that I'm back on the 3.5-4 months train, but I'm definitely not. I'm back in the first couple of weeks of sobriety again, even though I only got drunk for 5 days. Only got drunk 5 days. I'm still mentally, even though my body's fucking tip top at the moment. Well, not tip top in terms of, you know, a guy who's drinking every fucking week all the time. But I'm still eating shit, and I don't even want to talk about it. But anyways, my plan is to just stick to staying off alcohol and taking each day at a time and taking it real fucking easy. You know, I was going to start doing that counselling course again, and I've decided I might still do it if I have the money come the time that I need to pay for it. But if I don't, I'm just going to, so I'm not putting pressure on myself. So I was going to do this counselling course in September, but it's went up in price to like £700-800, and you know, if I'm putting pressure on myself to get that money, then I'm not taking it easy, you know. And the most important thing is my sobriety at the moment. You know, in 6 months' time, a year, I can start really putting a bit of pressure on myself to do things. But at the moment, I've got the podcast, I'm gigging at the weekends, I have a lot of free time to go to meetings and, you know, talk to people and practice self-care, and that's all I need to be doing at the moment, you know. What else does a man need, really, you know? So that's all that's happening in my life at the moment. So I was meant to have a guest podcast today, but a couple of guests couldn't make it, and it wasn't meant to be. So I'm nearly sure I have one next weekend, but I'm going to stop promising it to you because I hate when it falls through and I've promised you something. So we'll just see how it goes. But anyway, I'll move on to the hypnosis. So I've got some scripts because obviously as part of my course I was meant to revise these. So the induction I'll be using is from the man who taught me, a man called Carl Anthony, and it's called the Carl Anthony method, and it's a slight variation of the guy who I think invented it. I have his book upstairs. He's called Dave Ellman, and I'm going to make it a wee variate this a little bit, so it's nobody's real method, you know, but at least you know where it all comes from. I don't know what it's like in hypnosis, if it's like music where you have to tell what method you're using or whatever, but I'll just tell you just to be on the safe side. so I don't annoy anybody. I do plan to have either Carl or another hypnotist as a guest on one day to explain hypnosis deeply to you properly, and maybe even hypnotize me on the air. Who knows? On the air, because we're on the radio. So just some notes here. So hypnosis isn't what you think if you've never been hypnotized before. A lot of people think it's mind control. It is definitely not mind control. You know, you can't hypnotize someone and make them rob a bank. You basically, it comes with trust. So you have to trust the person hypnotizing you, but really you're hypnotizing yourself, but they're guiding you, because the whole point of it is, so you have your conscious and your subconscious brain. Your conscious brain is where you are right now. If you're like thinking about something right now, like listening to my voice, you're using your subconscious brain to listen to me. That's like your awareness, you know, you're aware of your conscious brain, and it's like so much smaller than your subconscious brain. And as you know, but I'll just lightly explain, your subconscious brain is the thing that is just a giant fucking sponge that absorbs good and bad things from you're a child. And you know, when you sleep at night, it deletes stuff that it doesn't think it needs, and it keeps stuff that it thinks it needs. And you know, this is sort of the basis of, you know, your subconscious brain when you're young, and all the lessons it learns when you're a kid becomes the blueprint of who you end up being today, who you are. And you know, we can change this blueprint, but a lot of us don't, and we just live our lives out. You know, I've talked before about trauma, and trauma responses are basically our subconscious tries to defend us when we're young, and that helps us when we're younger. You know, like if you see a movie with a tarantula and it murders people, and then you see a spider, and then you're like, well, I'm afraid of spiders because I'm a kid. And then you get older, and then you're always afraid of spiders, even though the spiders in this country 99% of the time they can't hurt you. But I'm still fucking petrified of fucking spiders. I mean, if I see one far away, it's not too bad, but if one started crawling up my fucking neck in the middle of this podcast, I would be freaking the fuck out. But anyway, your subconscious brain, it's a big sponge, and it's there because we can't consciously think all day long what we need to do. And our subconscious, you know, it's the basis of us learning habits and things like that, like meant to be good habits. So when we're, you know, getting into the shower and brushing our teeth in the mornings and stuff like that there, you know, once you're doing that every day, you know, you're not consciously going, right, I need to have a shower, right, I need to brush my teeth. You're just sort of doing it because you're used to doing it, and it's just embedded in your subconscious. So that's like, that's what hypnosis is. It's hypnotizing someone is them getting into a state of relaxation that that I'm giving you suggestions, and your conscious brain is not saying, oh, maybe I want to do that, I don't want to do that. Your conscious brain is just going, no, I'm letting it all through. So the critical factor of your conscious brain is just saying, give it to me, you know, give me the suggestions. And of course, when you're hypnotized, you're not, contrary to belief, when, you know, you hear the man go sleep and the person goes, oh, you know, that doesn't mean they're fucking don't know what's going on. In fact, you're probably more aware, you're more hyper focused on what is happening, because everything else around you, you're not focusing on that, you're focusing on the words. So when you're hypnotized, a lot of the time you don't know that you're hypnotized, you know, you just feel relaxed and you're just listening. Like if you've ever done a guided meditation, or you've meditated, or done in any situation where you're just sort of closing your eyes and following commands, then that's it, you know. So I could be sitting there saying, oh, you're feeling relaxed and blah blah blah, and you'd be saying to yourself, oh yeah, I feel relaxed, yeah, I'm taking that, yep. But then if I turn around and say, open your wallet and give me all your money, you're immediately gonna go, what the fuck, no, you know, or go into the corner of the room and do a headstand. You're gonna go, no, what the fuck. And the reason why people believe that might happen is because of stage hypnosis, and you know, people get up there and they get hypnotized. But what happens in stage hypnosis shows is people get really excited to go to these shows. And there's certain people that want to get up and want to act the agent, and you do a big massive test on those shows. You know, usually the hypnotist, if you've ever went to one of those shows, makes everybody do a test to see if they can be hypnotized, and then he gets loads of people on the stage, and then he even tests those guys to see who's more susceptible to act like a fucking chicken or do whatever, you know. And that's kind of what confuses people. So the way I see it, you know, is there's two sides of hypnosis. There's loads of sides, because there's like waking hypnosis and there's blah blah blah, but in terms of putting someone or going into a trance, there's hypnotherapy and there's stage hypnosis, you know. And hypnotherapy is where you're helping someone, and stage hypnosis is flashy, funny stuff for entertainment purposes. So what I want to do, I done the hypnosis course because I wanted to become, you know, an entertainer doing, you know, stage hypnosis, and because I just love the stage. I love the feeling of, you know, making an audience have fun. As a musician, I enjoy that, and I just thought that's why I wanted to do it. But then the more I learnt about, you know, the healing aspects of hypnosis and healing trauma more specifically, and then I realized, you know, me and a lot of the people that were studying together, we were all broken people looking to be healed, you know. And then that made me want to be a hypnotherapist. But then, you know, I just felt like I didn't even get the qualification anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I felt like I wanted to do, you know, maybe I was studying counselling at the time as well, but I felt like I maybe wanted to do, you know, my degree in counselling before I went and practiced something like that there, because I wouldn't feel comfortable trying to help somebody navigate their way through an experience that either A, I've never felt, or B, that I'm not able to experience that experience with them as they're telling me. So feel like having empathy for that person, you know. So it is something that I would maybe like to do in 10 years. You know, I'd like to be a counsellor, but have hypnosis as a tool within my practice, if you will. But that's down the line. Anyway, I'm going off track here, talking about myself like usual. So hypnosis, you can snap out of it at any time if you want. You can just say, right, fuck this, I couldn't be bothered, or whatever, you know. But if you want it to work, it will work, and you just have to listen to me and do exactly as I say. And yeah, I'll try to make it as good for, you know, there will be a certain percentage of people it won't work for. It didn't work for me the first few times, because I am a overcritical thinker, over-analyzer. Someone's telling me to relax, and I'm sitting there thinking, what's he going to do next? I wonder why he's doing that, and blah, blah, blah. But if you just try to not think that way, try not to analyze it, just think of it as a guided meditation, and then after it, I'll say some nice things to help you relax, and then I will wake you up. And that's why I'd like to say, if you're going to go to sleep and do this, it's probably not a good idea, because I'll be waking you up after the 30 minutes. Because if anybody's doing it and they're not going to bed, I don't want them falling asleep and then just wasting their entire day because I put them to sleep. So what we do is, normally we do a thing called a suggestibility test. So I'll do that in a second, and that's just a way to test if you can be hypnotized. And then I will just relax you physically, mentally, deepen the hypnosis, and then test the hypnosis to make sure you are hypnotized, and then I'll give you a little bit of therapy, and then I'll wake you up. So does it sound good? Sound good? Yep, that's good. So it's a little bit harder that I'm not there in the room. I can't touch you. It's not like that, you know what I mean. But it's harder not being in the room, but it can be done. We'll move on to the suggestibility test. So I'll stop the music at this point, and if you don't want to do the hypnosis session, or maybe you want to do it later, maybe you should pause the podcast and do that there. And just as I remembered that, I'm going to shake my little mouse on the computer because I don't want it going off, and I'm going to try and remember not to, because when it does go off, even for a split second, it delays the audio a little bit, and then when I'm editing, putting the audio onto the video, then it gets out of sync slightly, and it drives me fucking insane. But that's lovely tea. And just before I do it, please share the podcast, like the podcast, follow my social media channels, because it helps me greatly. I don't ask for any money on this podcast, although I've been thinking recently I'd need to, because I'm spending money to keep the thing going, but at the end of the day, no money could, it's not that much money, and it helps me a lot doing this podcast. It gives me something to do during the week. It feels like therapy for me, talking to the camera, as I said before. And when I get like text messages or Facebook messages or Instagram or TikTok messages from people saying that they like the podcast, keep it up, or that it's helping them, or anything they got there, that makes me feel good, like I'm doing something good. So send me a message. If you have any questions as well, I want people to start sending me questions that I could answer in the podcast maybe. I do plan to start having more like guest episodes a lot more frequently, but I will still have these ones as well, because it's therapy for me, and yeah, I don't want it to be a guest only podcast. I don't even know what I want. I want the podcast to be lots of different things, and it could just evolve into something completely different. As I made a joke before, I could be lying in the streets of Galway doing this podcast, drinking a bottle of whiskey someday, just going, this is now a drinking podcast. But no, that won't happen. That's just a joke. Anyways, so if you want to pause the podcast right now. If you want to do this later or whatever, then please do. So what I want you to do is, I want you to just sit down where you're relaxed in your sofa or your bed or whatever it is, and don't lie down completely flat, because you might fall asleep. But this, just before we start the actual hypnosis, this is just a suggestibility test, and all you need to do here is just imagine what I say to be absolutely true. So whatever I say, if I say imagine a red car, you close your eyes and you think of a red car, that's simple. So sit down, relax, just take a big deep breath in, and just let the breath out, and just close your eyes for me. And just where you are, I want you to imagine you're walking up to the front of your house. And imagine your hand reaching forward and opening the front door. And there's nobody home. And you close the door behind you and you walk towards the kitchen. And as you walk into the kitchen on a nice spring day, the sun's outside, it's not too hot. And you're just feeling like you could do with a little bit of refreshment. So you walk towards the fridge, and you put your hand on the fridge door, and you open it, and you can hear the light drone of the fridge as you open it, and the bright light. And in the center of the fridge, the most attractive looking lemon is in the middle of the fridge. Imagine this lemon to be the most perfect lemon. It's perfectly round. Any way you would like to imagine it to be, the loveliest, juiciest, most beautiful lemon you've ever seen. And put your hand on that lemon and lift it out of the fridge. Close the door. Walk over to the chair, if there is one, and sit down with the lemon. Set the lemon in front of you. And grab yourself a chopping board and a knife. Now set the lemon onto the chopping board, and as you hold the lemon, you can just feel the waxiness of it. It's not too cool, it's not too warm, it's just a perfect temperature. And you just grab that knife and you slowly just cut that lemon in half. And as the knife cuts through the lemon and you feel the juices spraying over your finger, and just at that you get a slight whiff, a slight smell of the zest of the lemon, and it smells so fresh. You can almost smell the juiciness, a slight bit of bitterness. And as you cut the lemon in half, grab one half and cut a wedge off the lemon. And as you're cutting down through the lemon again, you can feel the juice squeezing all over your fingers. You feel the cool ooze of the liquid just oozing over your fingers, and you can smell that fresh lemon zest more and more. And now I want you to grab the little wedge of lemon and hold it up close to your face and smell it. And as you smell it, you can smell that wonderful freshness of it. You can smell the sweetness and the bitterness of it. Now I want you to open your mouth and put the whole wedge into your mouth and bite down hard. And as you bite down hard, you feel all that juice running around your teeth, the bitterness of it, the zestness of it, the absolute slight sweetness of it. It's absolutely wonderful as you swallow it, and it just goes down your gullet, and you really feel that zest of that lemon in your mouth. Now open your eyes. So what this little test was, if you felt your body reacting to the lemon there, so if you started like pulling a weird face, or if you started to feel more and more saliva running out of your mouth or whatever, like your body getting ready for the lemon, then the test worked. If it didn't work, not to worry, I'll do another little test. But if it didn't work for you, you're going to have to try twice as hard to use your imagination here, because if it didn't work for you, you weren't properly imagining what I was saying. You were probably just listening to the words or analysing them or whatever. So, but if it did work for you, brilliant, that's great. That just means you can be hypnotized because you can use your imagination. So the second test, and you can do this if it worked for you. If it didn't work for you, please really try to imagine within your mind, if something distracted you when you were doing it, maybe go back and do it again, So the second test, okay? So I want you to, if you can stand up, this would be better. So if you can't, just sit down. But if you can, stand up straight. Now put both arms out in front of you, absolutely straight, completely parallel with each other. And if you have the video, you can see me doing it. Now I want you to turn your right hand around like this here. If you can't see, turn your right hand around 180 degrees. So it's like facing the opposite way the left hand is. Now take a big deep breath in, hold it, close your eyes gently and let the breath go. Now hold both those hands out straight. Now I want you to imagine on your right hand, the one that I told you to turn around, that I'm placing a steel bucket, a tin or a steel bucket. And as I place that bucket on your hands, you can feel the coldness of the handle. And in that bucket, I want you to imagine I'm placing a garden hose. And I'm putting that garden hose into the bucket. And as you feel that bucket, it's not too heavy, I'll walk to the other end of the garden hose and I'll just turn on a tap. And you hear that water just running up that garden hose as it starts to patter and getting stronger and stronger, releasing the water into the bucket. And you feel that bucket just getting a little bit heavier now as it just slowly fills up with water. And as I release that garden tap more and more, it just releases more and more water, and that bucket's now filling up rightly. It's getting heavier and heavier, and as you focus on the weight of that bucket and how heavy that bucket is, as it fills up with more and more water, it just gets heavier and heavier and heavier, and you feel your arm struggling just a little bit now, and it's getting heavier and heavier and heavier. Now, as that bucket continues to fill up with water and you feel the weight in your right hand, I want you to take your attention to your left hand. And in your left hand, I want you to imagine I'm wrapping around a helium balloon. And I've tied the helium balloon around your left wrist now. And I want you to imagine that helium balloon. I'm pumping more and more helium into that balloon. So you feel that balloon tugging at your arm a little bit, tugging it up and up and up. And as I pump more and more helium into that balloon, it's actually starting to make your arm feel a little bit weightless, as it takes less and less effort to hold that arm up. And as I pump more and more helium into that helium balloon, your arm just gets lighter and lighter and lighter till it's almost weightless now. Now it feels like the helium balloon's actually lifting the arm up, up, up as it's going higher and higher. Now, take your attention back to your right hand. Now that bucket is half full now. It's getting heavier and heavier and heavier. And as you feel the weight of that bucket weighing your arm down, 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 further, 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 you feel it almost a struggle to hold on to that bucket now, but you continue to hold on to that bucket as it gets heavier and heavier and heavier. And in your left hand with the helium, it's getting lighter and lighter and lighter as that hand goes up, 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 up. You fill it with more and more helium. It's absolutely weightless. It's tugging at your hand, lifting it up, 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 further, 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 as your right hand goes down, 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 and your left hand up, up. Now open your eyes. Open your eyes. And if you open your eyes and your hands are apart, and they're not like, like the bucket hand is, weighed down and the light hand is up, then your imagination worked again. So this is exactly what hypnosis is. It's you just being relaxed, listening to my suggestion and imagining something. And then that imagination, you using your imagination, it's making your subconscious mind react as if it is real, because your subconscious mind doesn't know what's real or not. It's only your conscious brain knows that. But anyway, that's too deep and I'm too tired to explain that at the moment. But anyway, so I hope that worked for you. If it didn't, go back. If it didn't work and you want to go on with this anyway, it will relax you anyway, because it is like a guided meditation, as I said. But if you really want it to work, I would suggest going back and doing those tests again and really, really trying to imagine. Don't try to make the thing happen. Don't just go, oh, I'm going to move my hand down. Just really imagine what, that water's really filling with, that bucket's really filling with water, and it's getting heavier and heavier. And just imagine there's an actual bucket on your hand and imagine it's filling with water, That's all you need to do. But again, it's easier to do this when you're a child and whatever. But anywho's, we'll move on. So, this is the actual hypnosis, and it's just like a guided meditation. I'll give some suggestions at the end. If you want to take them, you can. If you don't, you don't. I'd say take them, and you'll feel really, really relaxed after this. You'll feel totally good. So, lie down in your bed or your sofa or wherever you are. Just keep your hands apart. If you haven't went to the toilet, if you feel you need to pee a little bit or anything, go to pee now. Press pause. I'll give you a second to pause it. Okay, and come back, and that's great. So if you hear any noises, I'm going to I've probably already dimmed the music. I have. So weird. Anyway, there'll be no music. So if you hear any noises in the background when we're doing this, in your own house or wherever you are, or if you hear any noises on my end, like my dog maybe unexpectedly barking, or if you hear me rustle a page, or if I have to cough or take a sip of tea, just allow that noise to trigger you to relax yourself even more and just feel more and more deeper and deeper relaxed. Okay? So, I'd like you to take a big deep breath in, hold that breath, and just let that breath out. And you've still got your eyes open at the minute. And now take another big deep breath. And let that breath go slowly. And then the next breath, we're going to take it in over 4 seconds and release it over 8 seconds. So breathing in for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. And release it over 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's great. And I want you to take another long, deep breath. Fill up your lungs. Hold it. Count to 4. And when I count to 4, I want you to let that breath go and slowly relax. And let that breath go. Close your eyes. Just relax, relax more and more. And take a wee moment to just check in with yourself. Just do a quick little scan through your body with no judgment. Just taking your attention to your head, taking your attention down to your shoulders, down your arms, to your fingers. Take that attention into your chest, down through your abdomen, into your hips, down to your knees, down to your feet, into the tips of your toes. Now take a long, deep breath. Fill up those lungs. Hold that breath for the mental count of 4 and allow your eyes to relax. And slowly exhale that breath. Allow your body to relax. Send a wave of relaxation from the top of your head, through your forehead, your cheeks, your chest, your stomach, down through your legs, your knees, into your ankles and into your feet. Now we can deepen this relaxation much more. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to open and close your eyes again. And when you close your eyes, allow this to be a signal to let the relaxation become 10 times deeper. All you have to do is want it to happen, and you can make it happen very easily. When you're ready, take a deep breath and hold it. Nice and gently open your eyes. Now close them and let that breath go. That's good. Imagine your whole body is covered in a warm blanket of relaxation. Now we can deepen this relaxation much more. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to open and close your eyes again. And this time when you close your eyes, double the relaxation you have. Make it become twice as deep. When you're ready to take a deep breath, go on ahead and hold it. Open your eyes and close them and let that breath go, and let every muscle become so relaxed so that as long as you choose to hold on to that relaxation, every muscle is totally relaxed. And we can deepen this relaxation much more. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to open and close your eyes one more time. And this time when you close your eyes, I want you to double the relaxation you have, make it become twice as deep. So when you're ready, take a deep breath, hold it, open your eyes and close them. Let that breath go, double your relaxation, and let every muscle become so relaxed that as long as you hold on to that relaxation, every muscle is totally relaxed, and that's good. So now we should have all the physical relaxation we need, but I need to make sure. So in a moment, I want you to lift your right hand by the wrist. So use your left hand to lift your right hand by the wrist. Just a few inches and cut. You're cutting here, Darrell. You're cutting. And edit in now. So you've now shown that you can relax physically. Now I'm going to show you how to relax mentally. This is very easy to do. Don't do anything now until I actually ask you to start. So in a moment, I will ask you to start counting backwards from 1000 and say the words deeper relax to yourself. So when you exhale a breath, you will say silently to yourself 1000. So 1000, not yet. And on the next breath, you say deeper relaxed, And the next breath that you breathe out, you say 999. And the next time you exhale, you say deeper relaxed. And you'll find if you do this, and it doesn't take very long, that your mind becomes so relaxed that you get confused and you forget which number is next. This is exactly what you want to happen. So don't resist. Now you know that if you wanted, you could count all the way down to 0, but that is not why you're here. So start off with the intention of relaxing your mind and notice how good it feels as you do it. I will be talking to you as you do this, but you do not have to listen to me. And when you get confused or forget which number is next, just relax even further. So, on the next out breath, I want you to say silently to yourself, 1000. And on the next, say deeper relaxed. And the next out breath after that, you say 999. And the next, you say deeper relaxed. Continue to do this and I will talk to you, but you don't have to listen to me. And when you get confused or forget exactly which number is next, raise your right finger and just relax even further. I'm going to count down from 10 down to 1. With each number I count, allow your mind and body to relax a little bit more. Don't try to make it happen. Notice how it happens all by itself. And the deeper you relax, the better you feel. And the better you feel, the more you can allow yourself to relax. Not because I say so, but this is the very nature of your mind and body to enjoy these deeper levels of relaxation. 10, going deeper and deeper and deeper. 9, relaxing more and more with each number. And 8, all the way down now. 7, relaxing deeper and deeper. 6, deeper and deeper and deeper. And if you've lifted your finger already, just continue to relax. If you haven't, keep counting, but remember you want to forget those numbers. And 5, relaxing more and more. 4, relaxing more and more, deeper, deeper, deeper. And 3, just letting go. And 2, all the way down now. And 1, deeper and deeper and deeper. And that's good. I want you to continue counting down now, just from approximately where you left off, and saying deeper relaxed, allowing your mind to relax more and more with each breath you exhale. And you'll find that those numbers start to get all jumbled up and mixed up and don't make any sense at all. And when those numbers get all jumbled up and mixed up and don't make any sense at all, just lift your finger. Lift your right finger just for a second. And now I want you to continue counting. If you haven't lifted your finger yet, just keep counting and saying deeper relaxed, and just allow those numbers to get jumbled up and mixed up and not making any sense. And now I want you to continue counting again. I know the numbers are all jumbled up and don't make any sense, but I want you to keep going until the numbers are gone, till you just can't find any numbers. And when those numbers are all gone, you can't find the numbers at all, just let me know by lifting your finger again. Just push out all those numbers, push them further and further away. As the jumbled up numbers just get smaller and smaller, go further and further away into the distance until they're gone, completely gone, and there's no numbers left. So if you've lifted your finger already, just continue to relax. If you haven't lifted your finger, I just want you to imagine those numbers disappearing, completely gone, so there's nothing. Now, notice every breath you exhale takes you deeper and deeper relaxed. Every breath relaxes you more and more. Every sound that you hear relaxes you more and more. Any external sounds like traffic or phones ringing or sounds whatsoever can help and guide you deeper relaxed, because you know the outside world is still turning as you relax more and more with every breath you exhale. Now imagine you're somewhere out in the countryside, somewhere out in nature, somewhere that the sky is an incredible blue. There are one or two fluffy clouds floating by. It's a wonderful place, a place full of peace and tranquility. And there's a little river, a little stream meandering by. The water runs over some rocks, generating some eddies of foam that glisten in the sunlight. And there's some birds and trees, flowers, butterflies. Imagine lying down in this place, feeling so relaxed, at peace. Maybe you can hear the birds singing. Maybe you can feel a light breeze in your face. Notice as the butterflies, they go from flower to flower. Maybe you can smell the flowers, feeling so relaxed at peace. Imagine in this place, pretend that you fall into a peaceful, natural sleep. Even though you'll never be asleep in this place, pretend you're going to sleep. And you know when you're asleep, you can dream. Imagine you're now dreaming, and you know that when you dream, everything is possible. There are no limitations. Imagine you're dreaming of standing at the top of a staircase. And it's not an ordinary staircase, but the staircase of relaxation. This is your own personal staircase. Decorate it any way you want. Put a nice soft carpet of your favourite colour on it. Hang your favourite pictures on the wall. And in a moment I will count from 10 down to 1. And with each number I count, I want you to imagine taking a step down this staircase. And with each step you take, you notice you relax a little bit more. Don't try to make it happen. Just notice how it happens all by itself. Some people, when they imagine this, they imagine themselves walking down the steps very clearly, and notice how they relax more and more with each step. And other people kind of feel like they're just floating down the stairs and just feel themselves relaxing more and more. Other people's minds can wander and they can relax more with each number, and whatever way it is for you, it's just fine. That is how your mind works. So get ready to take the first step now. And 10, going deeper and deeper and deeper relaxed. 9, mind relaxing, body relaxing, deeper and deeper. And 8, letting go now. Just letting go of anything and everything, relaxing more and more. 7, all the way down to 6, deeper and deeper and deeper. Every muscle in your body, every fibre completely relaxed. And 5, even deeper now, even deeper. 4, relaxing more and more and more. And 3, down deeper and deeper and deeper. 2, each step relaxing you more and more and more. Down to 1, and that's good. As you get to the bottom of the stairs, you're feeling so relaxed, and you notice a door into an elevator. I want you to imagine this door opening and you walk into the elevator. You're on the ground floor and there's 3 floors below you. Basement A, basement B, and basement C. Now we know basement C is the deepest level of relaxation you can allow yourself to get to. Basement A is very relaxed. Basement B is double the relaxation of basement A. But basement C is the most relaxed that you've ever been in your entire life. So as you press the button for basement A, the doors slowly close and you feel your body relaxing as the elevator starts to go down lower and lower. As you feel that feeling you've felt before on an elevator or a roller coaster where your stomach slightly lifts as you go down deeper, further down, deeper and deeper and deeper. And as you arrive in basement A, you're feeling so relaxed right now. It's the most relaxed you've maybe ever felt in your life. But we know there's a deeper level of relaxation below you. And we want to go there. As nothing else in the world really matters at all, we just press the button for basement B. And as the lift starts to go down, you're just feeling almost weightless, almost out of body, as your body feels so relaxed that it feels like nothing, and you just go down lower, deeper, further down, deeper, until you get to basement B. And now you're at double the relaxation of basement A. You've never felt this relaxed in your life. And now we're going to go to the most relaxed place we've ever been in our entire lives. You know there's one more level to this relaxation. You have to get ready for it. So as you just take a slow, deep breath in, press basement C, and feel yourself drifting down further and deeper into deeper levels of relaxation, as every muscle, fiber, tissue in your entire body is completely relaxed. And as long as you hold on to this relaxation, every muscle is completely relaxed. Now I want you to imagine you're in a room inside an igloo. And all around this room in the igloo is every negative thought and feeling that you have ever had about yourself. Every negative thought of feeling is written on red post-it notes. So around the igloo there's little red post-it notes with every negative thought and feeling you've ever had about yourself. Each post-it note with a different feeling. Now I want you to imagine you're now walking around and picking all of these little post-it notes off the wall. You bring them over to the middle of the room, and in the floor, about 8 inches in diameter, there's a hole. There's a hole in the middle of the floor and it goes to nowhere. And I want you to just put down all the post-it notes, just drop them down into that hole, watch them fall in there and disappear into nothingness. Just go ahead, gather all, make sure you get them all the red post-it notes, drop them all into the hole and just watch them disappear into nothingness. Take every little bit of negativity out of this room. Take all the time you need to do this. Just grab that last post-it note and throw it down that hole, and it's all gone. And now imagine this room, every negative thought has been removed from the wall, and all that's left is little white pieces of paper, like little post-it notes of every positive thing, every positive thought, every positive experience, every positive feeling you've ever felt, every positive idea that you've ever had. Now imagine these expanding now to fill the area where the red ones once were. Imagine these just glowing with positive energy. Imagine that energy flowing into you. Feel all that positive energy being absorbed into every part of you. And imagine just leaving the room for a moment. And you've left the igloo and look back at it. And it looks like a huge big ball. Now imagine that ball just contracting down smaller and smaller and smaller. And it gets smaller until it becomes the size of a tennis ball. But all of that energy in there, in that huge ball, is condensed down into a little small ball full of positive energy. And imagine that small ball is going into your stomach, slowly into your stomach as you absorb it all that positive energy, the ball of energy, the tennis ball size, and that energy now just spreading out now into every part, every muscle, fiber, tissue of your body, every single part of your mind and body now. Imagine it going into every muscle, every cell, every fiber of your body and mind. Feel all that positivity. Feel that wonderful, positive energy glow. Every single part of you, your legs, your arms, all around your stomach, your chest, your heart, your shoulders, your neck, your arms, down into your fingertips and into your fingernails, your neck, into your face, into your head, into every single part of you now. Feel it. Feel that wonderful flow of positive energy, that wonderful flow of positive energy, and notice how you can feel lighter and brighter and free. Lighter, brighter, free. And now just relax. So in a few moments, I'm going to immerse you. I will count down from I'll count up from 1 to 3. And on the count of 3, your eyes will open and you'll feel like you've had a great rest, feeling relaxed, calm, and at peace and completely refreshed. So 1, slowly coming back to normal awareness, feeling relaxed, rejuvenated, and looking forward to the rest of your day or your evening. 2, feeling your eyes clearing now, feeling like they're being bathed in a cool mountain spring. And 3, feeling good in every way, opening your eyes, feeling alert and refreshed, feeling completely normal. And just take a little moment to yourself there. See how you feel. How was that? So let me know in the comments how it went for you. If it didn't work, if it did work, and if it didn't work, let me know what you think or whatever. I hope that was good for you. I need to scoot on and pick up my girlfriend from work, but I enjoyed doing that actually. So yeah, you're probably in a daze, so I'll just leave it there. I'll chat to you next week. All the best.
I need to get this finger out of my hole. I've been walking the road too damn long. I'm a crippled and a riddle with doubt. I need to get the finger out.